Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to dive into one of the most fundamental topics in computer science, that is operating system. Whether the you are a student or tech enthusiastic or other someone who curious about how your computer or phone really works, this video is going to give you the clear and simple introduction. So the let's dive into it. So what is an operating system? Imagine you have bought a brand new computer. Your switch it on, and without an operating system, it's just a box of hardware, wires, clips, and circuits. It can't really do much for it. That's the operating system or OS comes in. The OS is like a bridge between you and the user and the hardware of your computer. It manages all the resources like memory, processor, storage, and input-output devices and makes the everything run smoothly. So, in simple words, the operating system is a manager or a middleman that helps the application to talk to hardware. Without it, your app won't know how to use the computer resource. So there are some functions in operating systems. Let's break down into the key roles of the OS. There are majorly the five functions like process management, memory management, file management, device management, and security and user interfaces. We will see each functions one by one in deep. So basically, the process management things think you are a computer with as a basic office, and every running program is like an employee. The OS is a manager that decide which employee works when and how long it is. It handles the multitasking scheduling. It ensures that each process gets the fair access to the CPU time. In the memory management, your RAM is look like a bookshelf. Or the OS is decide which program data gets placed where, and keep the track of what being used and what is free. Without this, the program would overlap, crash, or slow down. In a file management, all your data like documents, your photos are stored in a files. The OS provides a way to store, organize, and retrieve these files easily. It also handles the permissions, making sure that your authorized users can access the certain files. So that means your security is much more important. So it will consider in a file management. So the next function is the device management. In this device management, we use the printers, keyboards, monitors, USB drivers. These are all the devices. The OS uses the drivers to control these devices and make sure that your communication and communicate with your applications. The last one is the security and interfaces. The OS also makes sure your system is safe and it protects the data from the unauthorized access and provides a user-friendly interfaces like Windows, desktop, Mac OS Finder, or Android. So the next topic is the types of the operating system. So there are basically total of five number of types of operating system like a batch operating system, time sharing OS, distributed OS, real time OS, embedded OS. So not all the operating system are the same. It depends on the how they have designed and where they have used. So first type is a batch operating system. So in the batch operating system, one of the earliest OS type, the jobs were collected in a batches and executed without a interaction. Used mainly in old mainframe computers. In a time-based sharing OS allows you multiple users to use the computer at the same time by sharing your CPU time. Based on the modern operating system, it is also based on a modern operating system. So in a distributed OS, it manages the group of computer that makes them appear as a one single system. So think like a cloud system where the large networks are connected. Each system is connected to another system, and it create a new large system, and it operates your task and all. So in a real-time operating system, it is used to respond to time in a critical like air traffic control, pacemaker, or car engines or control systems. It accepts no delays. So in other OS system, it may be the delays happen, but in real-time OS, the delay is not acceptable. So in a last OS operating system like embedded OS, it found in a device like washing machine, TVs, and stopwatch, or even ATMs. And it is lightweight and designed for the specific tasks. It also available in a smaller devices and larger devices also. So the next one is a popular operating system that you know. It's let's look at the operating system we interact with the daily. We mostly almost the users, like anyone who is watching this video right now, they may be watching in a Windows or Mac OS. Maybe if you are watching in a video on your mobile, then you may use the Android or iOS. And some Linux is an operating system like open source and widely used for servers, computers, and also in the desktop. It popular destroyed include the Ubuntu, Florida, and Debian. In Android based Android, it is based on the Linux. It powers the majority of the smartphone in worldwide. Apple's mobile OS is iPhone and iPad, known for the security and the smooth operations. For the Windows, um, it develops by Microsoft. It also dominates a personal computer worldwide. So the next one is why you study the operating system, why it is more important, why you know what is operating system. So first thing is you can click on the app. Say you run on a Google Chrome. The OS can take the request and ask if you to run. It allocates a memory for the Chrome in a RAM, random access memory. It tests the display drivers to show how the browser window on screen. When you type the web address, the OS handles the input from the keyboard. It sends the data to the network card and retrieve that page. This thing all happens in a one single fraction of seconds, and you don't notice it. So why the operating OS is required, why you need to study. You might be wonder why should I care about the operating system if I'm not a computer scientist. Well, here is why. If you are a developer, you know how OS works. That helps you to write a better, faster, and more efficient programs. If you are IT or cybersecurity, understand the OS internal help you in troubleshooting and protecting system from threats. Even as a general users, knowing the basics of the OS helps you to solve the common problems like crash, freeze, or performance issues. The evolution of the operating system is uh, started in 1950s. In 1950, there is no real OS. The programs were run directly on the hardware using the punch cards, like a small punch cards. Uh, in after that, so in 1960s, the batch processing and early time sharing system is appeared. In the 1970s, it is Unix has born and some modern OS design. In 1980s, some personal computers become the common. In macOS and early videos versions are released. In 90s, 1990s, GUI based systems like Windows 95 and Mac OS revolution personal computing. After 2000s, the smartphone brought the Android and iOS. The cloud is coming into the picture, and the distributed systems like a mainstream is come and in the picture. So in today's, we are moving towards AI powered system and edge computing, where the OS operating system is becoming more intelligent and adaptive. So, in a next topic, like a future of the operating system, as you know, AI is taking over everything. So here there are a few trends like AI integration, smart cloud native OS, security focused OS, lightweight IoT OS. In the smart resources, yeah, AI integration uses the smart resources management and predictive multitasking in cloud native OS system designed to run entirely on a cloud. In the security focused OS as a cyber security threat grow, the operating system will focus more on the privacy and protection. Lightweight OS like with the billions of the IoT devices, new lightweight operating system is being designed for a tiny clip and the sensors. So in the conclusion, the operating system is the heart of the computer system. It manages the hardware, runs the application, provides the interfaces, and ensures everything is work smoothly and seamlessly. From the earlier days of the batches, the processing of the today's AI-driven systems, OS has always been an invisible force powering our digital lives. So, in the next time, you can use your laptop, phones, or even smart fridges. Remember that the operating system makes it possible. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the more techie content. Also, let me know in the comment section which operating system would you like to use most? Linux, Windows, OS, Android, iOS. I would like to hear it from you. Thanks for the watching and see you in the next video. Bye.